Hello everybody. So this video is a follow-up to the one that I made about having a battery light on the dash. And I appreciate all your comments. You guys were really quick to point out that it's probably the alternator. Well, the thing is, this I cannot do. All right, so of course, as my luck may have it, a neighbor was calling her dog. So anyway, so this, the alternator, that's not my specialty. That I can't do much with that. But I decided that since the battery is about 3.5 years old, there's a small chance, probably 1 in a million, that the battery, might be going bad, not holding the charge, you name it. I decided to switch it out. So obviously unbolting it requires a little tool like this. What is it, 5/16? And I unbolted it. It's funny to see all the dirt and stuff in here. How does it make its way down here? I have no idea. Got some rusting on the bolts. It's also interesting to see. I'm having nothing but audience here near me, so it's interesting to see this little bracket that holds the battery in place. It screws in here, but then it's interesting how, first of all, these are wood screws, so I doubt that they are original. So, plus you have the washers. You have the big washer on one side, and that one probably got lost, so whoever was the previous owner got this large washer, which obviously the screw that will fall right through, so they got the little washer to go with it. So this is probably the original washer, I'm guessing. Come on, focus, there you go. So yeah, so this little piece is interesting. Plus it's interesting to see all the extra holes. So I'm guessing that these are the original screws, or screw holes I should say, but then somebody cut an extra hole here and then an extra hole here. So however many times the battery was changed on this car, everybody had their own idea of how to put this little piece here, to prevent it from moving. Now as far as the batteries go, so this is the original Duracell. It's whatever 3-year warranty that expired. So it's 65, which I switched it out for 65 and 850 cold cranking amps, and then it's the same thing here. A little bit of a corrosion, but nothing major. And then here we have the manufacturer's date of February of 22, and then this one's November 18th. So there's a very good chance that I'm just wasted $100 on this thing. And this is what my local Walmart carries. It didn't have the Duracell or any brand stuff. So it's obviously, this one is specifically for Walmart store. I don't know if it's it's their brand basically. So I returned to Walmart for proper recycling. So yeah, they take a $12 core charge, so it was like don't remember, $120 I think, and then maybe 12 of that as a core charge, or maybe I'm confused. But in any case, same type of battery you have. Here's the original one. Nothing major really here, just a little bit. So like I said, there's a good chance that a battery will do absolutely nothing. But because I have nothing to do, and because I want to prevent going to a mechanic, I just want to rule out any possibility of there being a battery, and then we'll see. We'll go for a test drive. All right, so the new battery is in. It's connected, here. Obviously, I tried running it in the accessory mode. It turned on. Surprisingly, it didn't delete the presets on the radio, so I'm not sure where does it get its juice to keep going once the battery is out. There's some reserves somewhere, not 100% sure, but hey, whatever. And connected it, and now I just realized why there are multiple combinations of screws and holes in there. Well, it's probably for the same reason why I just discovered that. Look, so this, right, I mean, it's not the same brand, but okay, it's the same battery, it's the same size, right? It's not like when you get a AA from Energizer or whatever Duracell, that they're different size. But look, whatever you guys can see, and you probably can't. What if I get the flash in there? All right, so I don't know how well you guys can see that, but now one of the holes is exposed, but then the other hole is, well, you're gonna have to trust me anyway. The battery's covering up this hole. So I have a choice, either to let this thing sit there in the one exposed hole with one screw, or create yet like a third or fourth hole and then clip it in there. So I don't know which way I'm gonna go. Part of me just wants to not even worry about it, but then at the same time, I mean, obviously these things are really heavy, but you know, when this thing starts shifting and going places, maybe that's not such a good idea. So I'm gonna spend the next half an hour swearing and throwing stuff and cursing the moment that I decided to change the battery, even though there's a very high chance I'm still gonna have to go to a mechanic for the alternator. But you know, it is what it is, right? I chose this path, and we're gonna stick to it. All right, so luckily I got that thing in the hole, at least in one of them for sure. See, well, see, it kind of sucks to film here. There you go. The second one is also in the hole, but I'm not sure if it's the new hole or it's an old hole. Well, somehow I made it both times in the hole. So I don't know, maybe that's why I have two kids. I have no idea. Hopefully it doesn't, I mean, I tried pulling on it. It doesn't seem to come out easily. So hopefully the weight of this thing doesn't break those things off. Obviously this is not a factory thing. Like that bracket is, but the screws, the washers, all that stuff, the number of holes, and I probably just made a new one in there. You know, it's bad design if you ask me. It's got to be easy. So in any case, it started raining. It's time to get this thing in the trunk and time to get our $12 back. All right, test number 1. Will it start? Check.
Okay, you decided yes.
Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I kept all of my presets. Let's see. Yeah, look. Yeah, I have no idea how it did that. The battery was out for, you know, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. So whatever reserves of battery juice it had, I have no idea where it happened. I'm not sure if the clock, see, it's, okay, so the clock, so it's 10:36 right now. So the clock did stop, and you can kind of see for how many minutes. Okay, so... But yet I have no idea how it kept the presets or where's the memory chip. All right, well, let's start driving. So it's off now, but it's not new to me. I'm going to Walmart, which is pretty close, but when I was driving, you know, from work the other day, or to work, I should say, it came on within a matter of, you know, a couple minutes, so. Well, the fact that it starts and drives is already a big achievement for me. I mean, I did replace a couple batteries in my, you know, in my life on different cars. The most recent one is on the Forester, I think maybe a year and a half ago. So I know how to do that part. But before that, I think I changed the battery in my Buick LaCrosse, because I kept it for 5 years, and I think I did change the battery. You know, maybe on its 4th year or something like that. I don't really remember. But yeah, like all the other cars, I bought them new, and I didn't really keep them long enough for the battery really to become old. So I don't have a whole ton of experience of swapping out the batteries. But I might have changed it on my then girlfriend's, now wife's, Nissan Sentra. She had, I don't remember, was it a 2012, 2011? I don't know. All right, let's see. Still off. Still running. Because that's the thing, guys. I know for most of you, it's like, oh, swapping out the alternator, no problem. You just go get a new one. You put this, unbolt this, check this, put the belt there, and it's done. Yeah, for me, no. I'm not even gonna try, simply because I know I'm gonna get ahead of myself and I'm gonna get in trouble. So I know my limits, and changing out the battery, that's the limit as it comes to this case. You know, I can detail the crap out of the seats. I can vacuum it. I can, you know, I can do touch-up paint. I can grease up the sunroof. I can do a lot of things, but swapping out batteries, swapping out alternators, if I start doing it thinking, you know, I can watch the videos on YouTube and this and that, then I might just get in trouble. All right, well, I'm not gonna dictate all the way, or narrate, I should say, all the way, but look, it's not there yet. So maybe because it's you know, if it's not charging properly, once it detects that it can't hold the charge for whatever the reason, maybe that's when it illuminates. But in any case, let's go return it, and if it turns back on, I'll let you know. All right, so we were doing so good. I drove to Walmart, it didn't illuminate. I returned the core, whatever, the old battery, got my 12 bucks back. It was fine on the way back. I stopped at a gas station, fine. And then 2 minutes before we got back home, bam. So we got a new battery. We have a bad alternator. So whatever, what did I say that about a year ago Ford Boss Me said that I have a pretty new alternator? Well, it may be the case, but it's causing some trouble. It's a troublemaker. So guess what? Now we got a new battery. Well, maybe it was a waste, but the bottom line is, you know, the old battery could probably still need, you know, replaced maybe in another year. So I shut it off kind of prematurely, but whatever the case might be, that's fine. I will call the mechanic and I'll try to schedule an appointment, and I'll try to have them order one for me, and then maybe next Saturday. So I'm filming this on a Saturday, maybe next Saturday I'll just go there and it's going to be another video for ya, and you know how it is. Well, we'll see you next time.